Oh man, I got the bit, man. I got the bug. Bug got me down.
Welcome back to the Smorgasbord Radio Show. This is the SmorgShow Podcast, episode 145, recorded July 9th, 2022. And I'm your host, Chris, once again back in the saddle again to host another Smorgasbord Radio Show. Well, hello, everybody. I'm so glad you're back. We haven't alienated you yet. I'm going to make this intro quick and short. Quick and short? That's redundant. Quick. I have a annual physical, nothing serious, but I do have to go to my doctor's appointment. So, having said that, I thought it would be appropriate to make an episode around all of our war stories, our health war stories from over the years. You know, one of the things I've noticed as we started to get into our 50s, whenever we got together as a gang, we would start to share our aches and pain stories. It's like, oh, I went to the doctor, and oh, my cholesterol, and oh, my back, and oh, this, I got a colonoscopy. And then eventually it started working its way into our show. It's like, okay, well, I don't know how entertaining this is, but in a way it kind of is. In a sick, dark, demented way, it's kind of funny. So, if any of that interests you, stick around. So I came off of a tough week with some medical issues. On Monday.
Not fun.
No. Been having these abdominal cramps. And by the way, everything's fine. I'll just fast forward to the end because I know you want to know how things are going. But, yeah, I went to the doctor on Monday. Oh, yeah? What?
What?
You're laughing at something.
I heard Allie laugh, and then
Yeah, Allie's back there.
I looked back at the peanut gallery.
Yeah, Allie's sitting in the back there. So I went to the doctor. Yeah. So I had these cramps. Why am I talking about this? I don't know. I went to the doctor, had it checked out, had the blood test and all that, and he told me to go for a CAT scan because.
So you are a man for sure.
Yeah,
it's not.
That was determined. Right.
Okay, man cramps.
Man cramps.
All right.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Yes, confirmed. But he asked me to go for a CAT scan because he wanted to rule out kidney stones and that sort of thing. So I went over to this other clinic and had the imaging and went through the big donut. It laid out.
I know. I don't like that thing either.
Yeah, I don't like
the CT scan, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
As opposed to MRI.
Exactly.
Which is like you're shoved in that thing like you're a hot dog in a bun.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that those things are very good to do more than once. I think they said that, the radiation is kind of risky, but the other alternative is not knowing what's going on down there.
Well, why don't we just invent that little Star Trek thing that they had where they just, it's like a little cylindrical thing that makes this cool little noise, and they go over it.
On the outside?
They just run it on the outside. It's not invasive. That's what we need.
You mean like the Spinal Tap airport scene? When he's going through the security?
Okay, it's a scan, like an airport scan, but it's scanning your blood pressure, it's giving you a complete scan of your body.
Yeah, that would be fine with me. I also like, my idea or your idea. I think we were talking about this once where it'd be nice if you could just take a pill that's got a camera built in.
Oh, yeah.
And it just travels through you.
That's so weird that you said that because I was trying to come up with as many possible ways to avoid having to go into that machine. And that was one of the things I thought of years ago.
Well, the machine's not so bad. It's the scoping that goes on that they could, if they can't get what they need from the imaging, then they have to,
grope you,
and have a, I don't know. I don't want to be too graphic here.
Yeah.
But where I'm going.
Excuse me, sir, we're going in.
We're going in. So I left. It's really cool. I left with this CD. This is images of my colon.
Oh, I really don't want to see it.
I'm gonna make you
The
a copy.
CD looks nice on the outside.
My bowel is on the CD, and it's got my name, date of birth.
Wow, I never got that. I never got one.
Well, I figure for the money you spend in there, you should leave with a souvenir.
Yeah.
Just like at the amusement park and on the roller coaster. Now they take your pictures while you're screaming, and you can go home with the CD of your video. So I got this, and I really refrained myself from actually looking at it before I knew what was going on, because I didn't want to pull this up on the computer screen and actually see like this
Oh yeah.
glob,
Who wants to see that?
and I wouldn't know what it is, and I'd be freaking out for 3 days until I got the results. So I still haven't looked at it.
Are you going to?
I don't know if I want to. there's just some things that should not be known. But anyway,
If the doctor says, you know what? You're okay. You're all right.
yeah,
Okay. But I'm not looking at it.
right. So I got a call yesterday from the doctor, and the good news is that nothing came back of any concern in the blood sample, the blood test,
Good.
or the imaging.
Great.
But the bad news is that I still don't know why I was getting these cramps. So, but anyway, I'm actually feeling pretty good the last couple of days.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, lots of things can make you be gassy,
Yeah. I've been just up in the fiber lately.
diet,
I don't know, but
up in the fiber. Yeah.
I'm waiting for that bill because they asked me if I had met my deductible this year, and I said I actually haven't used it at all. So I could be looking at a $1,500 bill for this thing.
Yeah.
Because I think these things are like more than that.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they're a lot.
A couple $1,000. Not something I needed around the holidays. But that's it for me.
Yeah, but you have well, you're right, of course, but then if you have the peace of mind knowing that you're all right.
That's
if you hadn't
true.
gotten the test, you'd still be worried about it and not
Yeah,
knowing.
that's
At
true.
least you know. So it's good to know that you're okay
Yeah, thanks.
and not just surmise it. That's probably nothing. I won't get it checked.
Right. And then 6 months later, it flares up into something.
So be glad when you write out that check.
Thanks.
No.
I'll try to keep that in mind. I feel like a couple of old men here talking about our medical problems. Well,
Wait, did we finish talking about the pill? What the pill would do?
Would just travel through your colon, and you'd have like this little iPhone app. That's right. I didn't finish on my idea. You'd have this iPhone app, iColon or something, and
Or my colon.
my colon,
.I.
and you can actually just watch it traveling through your system on your iPhone. On
And
the
it
go.
would- that's exactly.
On the go.
And then
I
it
like
would
it.
transmit the information to your doctor while it's
Sure.
going through, so you don't have to collect the pill.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. But then that would involve some sort of electromagnetic radiation going through your system constantly. And I don't know
Potentially, yeah.
if it was at some sort of low, whatever they would call it, voltage or something. Maybe it wouldn't matter.
And then,
I mean, you'd be constantly sending out this signal from inside your body. Maybe that wouldn't be healthy. I don't know.
no. Well, hopefully,
Great idea, though. I love it.
Yeah, you heard it here
Swallow a
first.
pill and get your results in the morning.
Just remember, you heard it here first. And in 2025, when this becomes a reality, you can always remember where you heard it. We are waiting for Baba Ganesh to give us a phone call because he has got an update on a medical procedure that I know everybody's hanging on their seats for to learn about.
To learn about the insides of Mr. Baba Ganesh.
Yeah, I kind of already know, but I told him I wouldn't tell you about it.
I don't think I know.
So when he calls, kind of acts surprised that we want to have him tell the story, but Baba is having his first colonoscopy.
Do you think we should have said that? I mean, I think I do remember you telling me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, I can't even say if it's his first. Quite honestly, he's
He's a mess. No.
He's 69 now. He should have had at least 2, if not 3 by now. But I don't know I don't know how he's been keeping care of his body. But apparently his procedure is tomorrow, Which means the day before you have to go through this like all liquid diet, and you have to start taking this really nasty fluid to like cleanse your
Okay,
insides
let's
out.
not get into that. I'm sure he will save all of that for us, and I don't need to hear it twice.
Right. Well, my point is, normally he would be here on the show. I told him, don't even bother coming to the studio
Yikes.
because that could be messy.
Yeah, let's...
Okay.
Baba is probably going to share that with us.
You have an incoming call from Baba Ganesh.
Hey.
Oh, Baba's calling.
All right. This is the man of the hour.
Let's get to the phone lines and answer.
Baba.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Hello, Ellie.
Hey.
Hey, old man.
Yes, you are correct. This is Old Man Baba.
But why old man?
Yes, I'm feeling very old today.
Why is that? Tell us, old man.
Well, I decided to spare you from my presence in the studio
Okay.
because tomorrow at about 12 o'clock noon, I will be going to the butt doctor.
I'm
The
sorry.
butt doctor.
Yes, I am going to get, what do you call it? Scoped.
Uh-huh.
Yes, my insides will be scoped and checked
Ugh.
thoroughly for, I don't want to get too graphic on the show because we have youngsters out there that don't want to hear about
That's right.
Baba's inside.
I'm not sure if I want to hear that.
No graphic details here.
Yes, I thought it would be safe not to venture out too far from my homestead because I am starting to take this, where is this box over here? It is called soup prep,
Soup prep.
bowel prep.
Ooh.
Yes, Baba's bowels are being prepped for tomorrow's procedure.
Too much information, man.
Yeah, really.
My doctor tells me that once I start taking this, you better hold on to your seat, Old Man Baba, because you will need to fly quickly to the nearest bathroom.
Okay, we
Ew.
get it, I think.
Ew.
We get it.
Yes, no Indian buffet for Baba tonight.
Okay,
No.
no.
I thought I would spare my doctor from the tragedy of that tomorrow.
Yeah, that could be pretty messy.
Ooh.
Yes, so all day long I have been sipping on fluids, eating vegetable broth and chicken broth,
Mm-hmm. That's probably safe.
and this jello that is disgusting. I cannot believe I am subjecting myself to this garbage, but I was told not to eat anything, so this is what I am stuck with.
Mm-hmm.
So in about 1 hour, I will be taking the soup prep, and I think they should be calling it poop prep, but that is for another story.
You're always a man with a good pun, Baba.
Yeah.
So yes, I have thought about something that I thought would cheer me up, and I decided to write some jokes.
Great.
Okay, good.
Yes, jokes that I will tell my physician tomorrow when he is about to scope my body.
Oh.
All right.
So let me tell you a few of these jokes, and let me see how it comes off with you.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So when he's got the probe going, I thought I would say, "Hey Doc, have you found Amelia Earhart yet?
Hmm.
Have you found the trapped miners yet, Doctor?"
That may be a little outdated.
Although I guess that one isn't as timely as maybe some of the others that I have here.
No,
Right.
they already found the miners.
My next one is, now I know what it feels like to be a Muppet.
Okay,
Alright.
that one's pretty good.
That one's good. All right, next one.
Okay. The next one is, "Hey Doc, are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
Yeah, I heard it the first time.
Let's see, what is my next one? Oh yes. "Can you hear me now?"
Oh, Verizon's going to love that
I
one.
guess that one wasn't too funny.
No.
"If your hand does not fit, you must quit."
Okay, an O.J. Simpson reference.
That is a reference to O.J. Simpson.
Yes.
And finally, I saved the best for the last. "Hey Doc, when you are done with this procedure, could you please tell my wife that you did not find my head up there.
Okay.
Okay,
That one's good.
Nice.
that is it. I will be back next week in the studio, hopefully, and I will share you everything that happened. I will let you know how it all came out.
Now that one's good. I like that one.
Sorry about that. Oh, I'm sorry. I leave you with one more.
Okay.
Please think of me tomorrow morning at the crack of dawn.
Great.
Okay. Thank you for having me on your show, and I will be back again very soon. This is Old Man Baba signing out.
All right. Take
All
care,
right.
my good friend.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Oh, thank you. You're such good friends to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
Baba.
All right. That was wonderful.
So a lot's happened since we last chatted. You, Jerry, were out here in January.
Was it January? I thought it was February.
Oh, February. Yeah, you're right. Dave, you were here January. Jerry's February.
January.
In March, I had a little incident. It was St. Patrick's Day. I was on the treadmill, and
Many incidents happen on St. Patrick's Day.
not before the events, though.
Okay.
Yeah, this was Saturday morning. I had gone to a concert the night before, and I had this really spicy jambalaya dinner. I'm sort of jumping ahead here, but just to give you a little bit of sequence of events. But I didn't think of anything of it. I felt fine. I got on the treadmill, and about 15 minutes into my exercise routine, I felt a little, my chest started to feel heavy. And I then started to feel a little nauseous and very lightheaded. And there's signs all over the treadmill. If you feel lightheaded, dizziness comes on, get off the treadmill. So I did. And I barely struggled to get back to like a seating area in the lobby area. It was at Planet Fitness. I was at the health club.
Okay.
And so I sat down and I had my finger on 911 on my phone. I felt like I was going to go down. Even when sitting down, I just did not feel right. So about 15 minutes in, I started to recollect myself. Things seemed like it had passed. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go home and see what happens. So I got in my car. Again, sort of like 911 is like on my screen. I just haven't hit send yet. I got home. I ran up the stairs or walked up the stairs actually. And I started to feel that feeling again. I thought, I got to call my doctor. So my doctor says, don't even mess with this. Get into the hospital. So I got in the hospital. And of course they do all the immediate tests, the EKGs. They did an ultrasound, the echo.
Echo, yeah.
And they kept me overnight for observations because they said, oh, you have to get a stress test next. And they didn't have anybody there on the Saturday to do the stress test.
By the way, did they do the enzyme? They did draw blood to get the enzymes?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure they did.
Okay.
They were drawing blood every couple hours.
Yeah. Now, when you're in the hospital, they do that.
Yeah. They poke you. They prod you.
That's just to keep you from sleeping.
Yeah.
They don't want you to sleep when you're in the
That's
hospital.
right.
No. You might actually start to heal.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, so Saturday night closes out, and they pretty much tell me that nothing is coming back on the reports, which is good. But they still wanted to keep me overnight for observations. The next day, there's again nobody to give a stress test. Like, well, why did you guys keep me in the hospital for this? Well, for observations. Like, okay, I get that. They released me
And for insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought insurance would have wanted me out of there. They're not really keen on the overnight stay.
A lot of times they keep you, though, for a few days.
Yeah,
Sometimes they don't get paid if they don't keep you for a couple days.
that's true. Well, they released me about noon, but they said, here's a prescription. You need to get your stress test within the next 48 hours. Can we trust you to do that? I said, absolutely. Well, the next 48 hours, they should have had me hooked up to the stress test because that's what I was dealing with, just making the phone calls to make the appointment. One thing after another, they're asking me, well, who prescribed the stress test? And I'm looking at it. I can't make out the name. There's no doctor name on it. There's like a signature. I could sort of make out the last name. And they said, we don't have anybody here at that facility. This is at the place where I'm supposed to call.
Yeah.
Like, well, so then I have to call the hospital back and talk to the records department, which is like the bowels of the whole hospital. There's a guy, sounds like he's eating a corned beef sandwich on the phone. He's running to the elevator. He's like, I'm going to lose you. I'm losing the signal. I'll be in my office in 10 minutes. Call me there. Hangs up. I was like, what is this? I call him again. it just sounds like he's in a factory and he's looking at my records. Yeah, you're with that person. It seems like he was able to make out the last name and he was able to figure that person was associated with this doctor. So I called that doctor's office. They said, we don't have anybody by that name here. Oh. So I said, I'm trying to make this appointment with my stress test. I've got 48 hours to do this.
This is typical, too. This is not just an anomaly.
Yeah.
This is everyday life.
Yeah.
In the medical world.
So I called back the records department. I told them the situation. I got somebody else. And they said, oh, we know who that person is. They work for this doctor. It's like, oh, well, that makes sense because no, that doesn't make sense because I don't remember seeing that the doctor that they gave me the first time was the doctor that I remember seeing. So it would make sense that he would have written it.
Why didn't they just give you the script? Or they did give you a script, but you couldn't read the name.
I couldn't read the name. And the main doctor in the office wasn't on the heading. So long story short, or long story longer, I find out that they said, do you realize that this is a nuclear stress test? I said, what's a nuclear stress test? They said, well, we simulate the stress test. You sit in a chair and we'll elevate your heart rate. We're going to pump you with chemicals, basically.
Yeah, I've had that
It's
one.
a 2.5 hour test, so be prepared. I said, whoa. Why am I not getting on the regular treadmill? They said, well, because your original symptoms were you were dizzy on the treadmill. You can't be on a treadmill. I said, no. That was a very unusual situation. I'm normally a very active person. I exercise. I can get on the treadmill. I want that. Insurance company told me that was a $10,000 test. The one on the treadmill is like $300. Big difference. They said, well, we can't give you a new prescription for that. You have to go to your regular primary care physician. And I went there and finally got the one that I wanted. And I got on the stress test 2 weeks after I was supposed to. And, they told me, yeah, we're going to bring you to your 100%, which is like 169. I said, I don't think I ever get that high. Like
169.
when I'm exercising, I usually do the 85% target rate, which is like, I don't know, 150. They said, well, we'll see. If you can't make it, we'll stay at 85 and see how that goes. Well, 10 minutes in, they're talking to me, having a conversation. They're elevating the treadmill. And they're like, okay, you're there. Can you go for another 30 seconds? I'm like, really? I'm at 169? I looked over at the monitor and yeah, sure enough, I'm at 169. I said, yeah, I can keep going. I'm feeling good. And they said, you're fine. So long story short about the jambalaya that I opened the story with, I don't know what was going on. Could have been acid reflux. It could have been dehydration. It could have also been the fact that this is the first time I had exercised in about 4 months on a treadmill. And they said something with the vagal nerve. It's something that we all have. It's a defense mechanism that when the body goes into stress, or like if you ever go to a gym after not exercising and you start doing the weights really fast. I don't know if you've ever had that feeling of, well, you probably don't do weights, but no.
Well, I'm carrying weight all the time, but that's beside the point.
But I've had that before where I go crazy with the weights and I feel like I'm going to pass out. I get nauseous.
Well, I don't know if I've ever gone that heavy at it, but you got to pace yourself with that. But yeah, I can understand where that would happen.
Anyway, they said it could have been the vagal nerve, but they said, keep an eye on it. So anyway, I'm fine, supposedly, as I'm holding a beer.
Which is awesome news. But then again, you're not really sure why that happened, and it's happened to you twice.
Yeah, well, 10 years ago, I had something similar to that, and I had this Holter monitors, the thing that you just kind of walk around with a day, and then they measure your heart activity, and nothing came back. That's when they said you need to cut back on the caffeine, because what triggered that was I was out at dinner, and it was one of those endless refills of Coke or whatever, soft drink, caffeinated soft drinks.
Right.
And I got this raciness feeling, and I was sweating, and I had to step outside. And that was happening more and more frequently. Mm-hmm. And even in the middle of the night, I'd have these night sweats. And so that's when I went in and had it checked out, and they said, no, it's fine. Get rid of the caffeine. So I'm now caffeine free pretty much.
Well, I have a similar story because about 10 years ago, a similar thing happened to me. Not only heart racing, but then the tightness in the chest and even like little pain in the feet and whatever, kind of weird stuff like that. And just feeling I couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch up with my breathing. It was always like, and just really tightness and just
like a heaviness.
Yeah, heaviness. And then like I was thinking I could go to bed. I'll try to sleep. I couldn't sleep that night. I felt if I'd gone to sleep, I would have I guess I was being paranoid, but I thought I would die, have a massive heart attack and die. So I couldn't get any sleep at night. So I had to, the next day, I got up. I didn't feel quite as bad, and said, "Well, all right, I got to go and take care of some stuff at the DMV, Secretary of State." And when I did that, and when I got out of there, it started to get really bad again. I was in traffic, and I'm like, but luckily for me, where I went to DMV was actually right by Presbyterian, Rush St. Luke's Presbyterian, whatever that they call it, Rush Hospital.
Yeah. That's the old name for it. But
I got vintage. And I went in. They took my blood pressure. Oh crap! They got me a room and did an overnight observation. Did a bunch of tests, drew blood, the usual junk. And they didn't really come up with anything, but so I didn't really know exactly what had done it. But one thing that made me think that was a caffeine related thing is that, that it was funny. I was in the hospital, then I was away from work for about a week. And then when I came back from work and I had my first cup of coffee, because you go to work, don't want to be there. I would drink my cup of coffee, get me started. And it was caffeinated, fully caffeinated. And I started to get similar feelings, tightness in the chest, hard to breathe and all that. It's like, so I made the connection that it must be too much caffeine in my diet. And so I just cut it out. So yeah. So when you talk about it, it's like, very similar.
You're very similar. You know, I was going into this show. I thought, you know what? Last time we've been doing our show together, or we gave you a call for when we were doing the show, and we always seem to talk about our medical issues. I'm like, let's stay away from medical issues.
We're over 50.
Yeah, I know. So that's our life now. But I wasn't intending that to be the opening story, but unfortunately, that's the most exciting thing that's happened to me in the last 2 months.
But the thing that's good for you is that you find you're actually still in top-notch condition. You know, all things considered.
All things considered, I'm very lucky, and you know, I really appreciate guys. You really know who your friends are during these times, and you guys called me afterwards to check up on me, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Which you've all done for me as well.
Yeah,
I always appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've all been there, so we can definitely our hearts go out to you because hey, we have had that experience. We've had those similar experiences. So how would you? I mean, if you had a similar experience that and you knew somebody close to you that. How would you not want to at least make sure that they're doing well?
Yeah.
I mean, it just to me makes sense. I mean, guess you're heartless, so-and-so.
Yeah. It's just amazing of how disconnected all the different services are. Like, I can't even call the hospital, tell me which doctor, prescribed something for me. That's crazy. And I haven't even got to the billing yet. This is like, I'm just trying to make an appointment. So it's nuts. Well, I've got one more thing for us.
What have you got?
We're going to call our old friend from high school, Jerry Malauskas. Now, this is not going to mean anything to anybody who's new to the show, but I thought Jerry has been on the show many times. He has contributed to a lot of our radio plays. In fact, he was in the radio play that we just did in the last episode 90. We did the Hitchcock Rope. He played one of I forgot his name already. An old man in there. He did a great job. He does great old men. But anyway, Jerry was in our high school days and did the show with us many times. And he just sent out a text message just a little while ago to everybody on his contact list. So there's 50 people in this text message saying, hey, heads up, I just got a new phone. Here's my new phone number. Apparently he dropped his old phone in the toilet.
Which he's done twice.
This is not the first time that he's lost
done that twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is number 2. And he just got a new phone. So I'd like to hear a little bit more about that. And let's give him let's give him a call.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. What's up, my man?
Well, wait a minute. You got a 312 phone number as well?
I'm calling you from the SmorgShow podcast hotline, 312-95-SMORG. Is that what's
okay.
Is that what's showing up?
Yeah, that's what's showing up.
Yeah. Hey, Dave's here.
But my phone number is 312 as well.
Oh, and Dave's getting on too.
Dave?
Dave's here.
Hey, buddy.
You want to put the headphones on?
No, I can hear him.
You can hear him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey. Well, I see you're out and about, eh?
Yep. Just grabbing some coffee.
Yeah, that's cool.
We're trying out the new functionality of rehooked up Skype and all that, and I haven't tried this out. Do we sound okay?
You sound fine.
Excellent. You sound great too. Did you get an iPhone?
No, I didn't get an. I got an LG.
The reason why I asked was because.
But I got the LG. I got the LG because it had a 13 megapixel camera, so I figure.
Yeah.
I don't have, a standard. What do you call it? Digital camera right now, so I figure for the meantime it'll work.
Yeah, the only reason why I ask is that when I sent you a text message, it was in blue, and usually that means that there was an iPhone connection through iMessage instead of green.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I was surprised that I saw that, but anyway, yeah, I see that you ticked somebody off.
You think I'm gonna pay for a friggin' iPhone?
No, that's why I was surprised.
Yeah.
So anyway,
well, I don't know. Maybe they're mimicking something, but yeah, unfortunately, another fumble fingers into the toilet.
You dropped your cell phone in the toilet
again?
Yeah.
You
mean twice?
Yeah, again, yeah.
You got to stop recording those.
Yeah.
Those dirty videos.
Make me a lot of money. What are you talking about? I was at the doctor and was waiting, and I had to go and use the bathroom, and I had it in my hand, and those earplugs were on, and then the ear, it came off of the earphones, the plug, and then right into the toilet. And I dragged it right out and tried to dry it out right away.
Yeah. Now, at the risk of being too personal here, how was the? Was it clean? Like, had you already been there for a while?
Yeah, no, it was a clear toilet. It had been flushed. It's clear water.
Okay.
Clear toilet water.
Because that would have been really bad if you had done your business and it went in. But
I do have one upside that I can talk about. My cholesterol, it's from 3 months ago, but they did they call it lipid panel, so they test your cholesterol.
Yeah.
Because it had been the 225 before, so they throw me on some medicine. Pisses me off. Anyway, we're changing up my diet because I had been doing a lot of egg and cheese and all that, so I kind of went back to being more vegan.
Mm-hmm.
I guess with the cholesterol medicine and changing my diet, it was at 116.
That's great.
Wow.
It's like 120 is supposed to be like the best or perfect or whatever. So I'm lower than that. Well, that's what.
That's your total number?
That's the total number. That's the total number.
Wow.
It said my LDL wasn't I think HDL is the good one, right?
Yeah.
And the LDL is the bad one. My LDL was low. My HDL was high. The only thing that was not the best was my triglycerides are still kind of high. But other than that, it's fine.
Well, see, what you should do is you need to get that number broken down into the various components. See, I have to follow this. Yeah, except here's the thing. HDL, which is the good cholesterol, it's best to be over 150 with just that number alone. So if your total is, I don't know how it works when your total is below the optimal number of the HDL. You know what I mean? So let's say, the average person who, let's say, they always say shoot for 200. If somebody has like 175 of LDL, which is like the bad cholesterol, and 25 of HDL, the total number is 200. Mm-hmm. That's really good. But when you break it down into the individual components, that's an awful ratio to have because your HDL should be.
No, but I talked to my doctor about it, and it said that those ratios were.
Yeah. So Dave, I've got high cholesterol. Mine typically ranges between 230 and 250. But because my HDL, which is the good cholesterol, is so high, the ratio overall of the good to bad is like 3-1 or something. So my 250 isn't bad because of the HDL being so high. So that's why they always say, don't look at just the total number, look at the individual components. But
see, my doctor never goes into that at all, ever.
Yeah.
The ratio.
No.
My total is 125.
Wow. See, that's really low.
Which is really good. But here's how it broke down. My triglycerides are 177, so that's a bit high. My HDL is 52. My LDL is 28.6.
Wow, I've never heard of LDL being that number, that low, because usually it's like you should get like 120 or below, I think, which you are.
Well, I'm just showing you what the.
Yeah. Wow, it's like you're an alien or something.
And then I mean, maybe it's they took another thing. It probably won't stay at that. It'll probably go up. But the next time that they do it. Also, I asked the guy last time to do a test so I know what my blood type is. He freaking forgot to do it. I asked him like a couple of times, could you please make sure that you do this test? Didn't fucking do anything.
So
I got to find a new doctor.
you don't know your blood type?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you should probably know that. And you should carry that
I
around
think
with
so
you.
Too,
But that
every
isn't
time I talk
something
to a
you
doctor
normally-
about it.
Yeah.
Your doctors don't normally tell you what that is, do they?
No, you have to have a certain test for that.
No,
Yeah.
they don't, and I think that's ridiculous. You
I
should
mean,
know it.
I know mine
shouldn't you
because
not
of
know
the
your own?
transplant, but
Yeah, I guess if you had gone through that, you'd know.
otherwise, how would you know?
Yeah,
I've
but
never-
that's
I never had a doctor
that's
tell me
it.
that
I,
before.
You know, all of my blood tests over
And
the
that's
years,
the-
I've never had that reported out. I just know it from, I think, when I had my appendicitis appendectomy. I mean, I think I found out that I was O
I'm
positive.
sorry, but you should know that.
You should. And you should have one of those cards
This-
on
this-
you in
I-
your wallet in case you're found laying somewhere and they have to rush you off
Well, I
and
mean,
your blood
I have
transfusion.
no. Here's the deal. I have my what do you call it? My driver's license, and all it says on there is RH factor. That's all it says.
Your
Doesn't
RH
tell me
factor's on
anything.
your
It's like
driver's
a
license?
group. Yeah, they tell you it was on the driver's license. You know,
I don't have that on mine, do
I
I?
don't know.
Does everybody have that? I don't remember seeing anything about my blood type on my license.
The reason I think it's good to know your blood
Yeah, well-
type is there's this really neat book out. That I think it's pretty valid, where it discusses the type of diet that would be best for you based on what your blood type is.
There's a book on that. Yeah.
Yes, do you know of it?
There's
Yeah.
people have
I have.
debunked that though, said that it's bullshit.
Yeah, I think there's something to it.
So
Like if
Well,
you're A,
again, that's controversial. It's
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
it means a
It's
certain type of
controversial.
diet,
It's
well
not-
balanced.
Yeah, I think that came out like
B
20
would be
years
another
ago, so
type of diet.
it probably things
Yeah.
have changed.
Well, whatever. I mean, maybe there's validity, maybe not. I'm just saying the thing is a lot of people use that as like an argument against people going vegetarian or vegan. So, and your blood type doesn't allow it. But people who have done it have done well. Other people maybe don't. But that could be a lot of the different factors. Blood type might just be one of them.
Right.
But I don't think blood type in itself is going to be. I guess because they say based on your ancestry, that your ancestors were probably more meat eaters in that particular blood type as opposed to others, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I was surprised about the whole thing myself. But I mean, like I said, the high triglycerides. Well, the thing is, I'm very fond of starchy foods, like crackers and bread and all, which I know I've got a little bit. And I actually, when I have it myself, when I make meals, if I have any bread, I get like flat bread and real thin stuff, and try not to have too much.
Yeah.
When I go out, that's when I don't do the right thing.
Well, all those carbs get converted to
But,
sugars, and that
yeah.
could affect your triglycerides.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, they did one this last time I went through, and it's by accident. They would went ahead and did it because they asked you, "Well, did you have breakfast this morning?" I said, "No." Actually, that's right. I went to the doctor totally because I was kind of concerned about if I ate anything, if it might affect my blood pressure when I took my blood pressure, because that's the main thing I'm concerned about. So I thought, well, maybe just take my medicine and empty stomach, which isn't really the best because you feel a little weird when you take medicine. But it was fine. The only thing that irritated me is I had to wait over 2.5 hours to see the doctor.
It's
ultimately.
terrible.
Even though I had an appointment at 11, I didn't see them until after 1.
Oh,
Uh,
that is horrible.
no excuse for that.
I know. That's why I got to go and get a new doctor.
When you had your lipid panel, did you
No.
fast for that? You're supposed to fast for that test.
Both times. Both
Okay.
times.
Okay.
Listen to us. We sound like a bunch of old men.
Because they took.
We
they
sound
did
like a
the
bunch
lipid
of old men
panel.
here
We're
with
not
our,
talking about our
with
aches and pains yet.
with our
No.
medical. Yeah, well, when I got my blood test.
Oh God.
It's only going to get worse from here, you
I
know.
tell you, when we were 25, we weren't talking about blood tests. That's for sure.
No, we were talking about.
and how we couldn't get any. Well, me anyway.
Speak for yourself.
Um,
I was in my prime then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I didn't eat. I went to bed, and then I didn't eat in the morning. So they figured that was enough time for, and it would have been 12. Because when I left there, they drew blood from me as well. I was kind of lightheaded. I hadn't eaten. They drew blood for me. It's like, fuck, I had to get something to eat soon. But anyway, so yeah. So because I didn't have breakfast, I said, well, just draw some more blood for another lipid panel. So, okay. Did it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll find out if it's probably not going to be that low again. That's probably maybe
Well, stay off of those eggs and the cheese, and it will.
Yeah,
And
I
sugar.
can't believe it. Eggs and cheese and sugar,
sugar,
and you got
yeah.
a 126.
that.
And that's just, I think you're an alien. I think you are a unique species, Mr. Molluscus.
No. I got rid of the egg and cheese and didn't eat.
That's what I'm saying.
You got rid of it before this test?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When I did that last test 3 months ago, because when they did it before and I was at 225, they're like, oh shit, this is really, that was around summertime. I said, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut back. I'm going to go back to being, I was being ovo-lacto vegetarian and went back to being, well, primarily 90% vegan, 85, 90% vegan. And I wasn't eating anything with eggs or anything with cheese.
All right, so going back to your 225 number, do you have the breakdown of the LDL HDL from that? Because that is in
what? I don't know if they printed that. I don't know if they printed that one out for me.
Okay.
I probably should have asked for that, but I didn't. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be going with a different doctor, and I'm going to be focusing on something else. I'm trying to go with somebody who's a little more holistically minded, who actually wants to try to wean their patients off of pharmaceuticals, so I don't have to be popping pills all the time.
Yeah, good idea.
Because this one's like, I asked her, so well, wait, I don't want to be like taking pharmaceuticals forever. I mean, well, yeah, that's a great idea, but I can't guarantee. It was basically like I was saying something like ridiculous to her. Because actually, this doctor was a replacement for the doctor I had, Dr. Arana, who was a very old doctor who now decided to retire. They didn't tell me that when I went to see him on Friday. Well, I knew I wasn't going to see that doctor, but the new doctor, I guess, had been kind of overwhelmed with his workload, and she was way behind. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm not going to be with them any longer. I got a good cardiologist, which I'm going to stick with.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Now, wait a minute.
When I go to see the cardiologist, what?
Cardiologist? You
What'd
never
you say?
said you were seeing. You never told me you were seeing a cardiologist.
Dr. Arana wanted me to see a cardiologist because of my blood pressure and my cholesterol being as high as they were. So
Did you have
he
the
just basically
EKG and
interviewed
all that?
me and said, "Huh?
Did you have an EKG? Did they give you all that kind of stuff, or that's why they want you to go?
Oh, I got an echocardiogram and an EKG." Yeah, no, but they should have gotten that information from Dr. Ron because he ordered those tests last year, and they were fine. They came out fine.
Good.
I just closing the door
You're on the toilet
in
again?
my apartment.
Oh, okay. Hopefully
No, I'm not on the toilet.
you sound like you're in the bathroom. Stay away from that toilet.
Don't drop your phone anymore.
Yeah.
Wear it on a
There you
chain
go.
around
He
your
is on the
neck.
toilet. I heard a ah.
I tell you what, with friends like you, who needs enemies?
Anyway, I wanted to call to
Anyway.
say hello, Happy New Year, and maybe we can get together sometime soon. It's
Yeah.
been a while.
What are you doing tonight, Jerry?
A little laundry and some errands and stuff. So
Okay,
that's my evening.
very good.
Woo-hoo, party on.
Yeah. Well, good catching up with you. Let's get together soon.
Hey, when you're over 50, that's a good time.
Well,
You had your laundry night the other night. How'd
yeah,
that go? Yeah.
I did laundry yesterday. It was great. I loved it.
Just a tip
Yeah.
to keep
It's just,
the
it's a real event.
just keep the red
forward to it
clothes
every
out of the
week.
whites. Don't do that. I knew a friend that had a problem with that once.
Yeah. Yes, you did. You know about that, right, Jerry? Chris is like, yeah,
we talked about it.
yeah.
The pink underwear.
In
We
college,
talked
yeah.
about it.
That was
He's like,
me.
yeah, I'm going to do laundry. And I'm like, well, I got some whites.
That was Larry. That was not me. I didn't do that to you.
Larry did that?
I
Yeah.
know, we all know
Okay,
the
so I'll
idiot
kill
was.
Larry then.
We all know that. Yeah. Well, come on, man.
I wore pink
Larry, man,
underwear
that
for a
guy-
year.
You what?
Yeah, for a year. Everything that I had that
wore
used to be
pink for
white
your-
was pink.
Yes. Well, that's okay. You still came out with your manhood intact, so
Well, thank you.
you know. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, from
Yeah.
one man to
Well, that-
another.
There's nothing wrong with a man wearing pink underwear. That he
No,
didn't
no,
have
there
anything to do
isn't.
with.
Nothing wrong with a man
Actually-
commenting about
actually,
another
maybe
man's
there
manhood.
is.
What's that?
Yeah.
Actually, maybe there is.
All right, Jerry. Well, thanks for
Get
giving
together
us.
and-
I think you've given us some good bonus content
Maybe
for
we'll
the
have to-
for the premium
right,
subscribers.
Well, maybe we'll have to get together and have a nice steak and a wine spritzer.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
It's not wrong at all.
Oh God. That's okay. I'll talk to you later. Talk to you guys later.
Okay. All right, bye.
Spin a slice, Jerry.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
This is the SmorgShow podcast.
All right, we're back. Well, Dave,
That was a very energetic conversation. It always is.
I
with
kind of
Jerry.
regret going down that road.
Let's see. We talked about lipid panels. We talked about blood type. What else did we talk about? The ratio of LDL to HDL.
Yeah.
Blood pressure.
By the way, we don't recommend you taking any of our medical device. If I had given that out in the last 10 minutes or so, we recommend that you seek your own physician.
And we talked about pink underwear.
Absolutely,
And
yes.
that-
That is, yeah, in college.
And that's what you have to look forward to if you're under 50 to talk about.
Under 50. Oh,
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, for the
Those are
younger folks.
This is coming your
that's
way.
what you have to look forward to.
That's really sad. Yeah, that's what we end up talking about now. You get together after a long time. Hey, how's it going? It could be better. I just got back from the doctor.
Oh, my back.
Oh, my back. I'm on this med.
Well, that was we used to mess around. We had a joke where you're talking to somebody much younger than you, and you mention, say, a group that you like the Beatles.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good one.
All right. And then the response is, oh, I don't know them. And then we would go, oh, my back.
Oh, my back. Indicating that you're old. Yeah. Okay. A lull in the conversation. I'm going to have a heck of an
That
editing
means
job.
something when there's a lull. It's supposed to mean something.
Means a big creative wave is coming soon. I think.
Or the blood sugar is dropping.
I think it's more like that. Yeah.